It's a social issue if young people can't afford to buy houses, but it's also a very significant economic issue. Cities are these kind of powerhouses of ideas and economic growth. So if housing is expensive and young people can't afford to live in cities, you would have heard the New South Wales Productivity Commissioner talking about Sydney being in danger of becoming the city without grandchildren. Essentially that's another way of saying it's a city without young people. And if they can't afford to live there, you lose that benefit of dynamism, and we all lose from that. This is critically important, making our cities function well by having affordable housing for which people right across the age spectrum and right across the income spectrum can afford to live.
If we're paying more for houses, presumably that means we have less wealth to invest in other areas of the economy, like business formation.
I've thought for a while this could well be an issue. So we see declining rates of entrepreneurialism in Australia, so fewer new businesses being started. That's particularly pronounced amongst young people. If you look at small business finance in Australia, most of it comes from people borrowing against a house.
Which you can't do if you don't have one.
Yeah, that's right. So if you don't have a house, it's going to be very hard to access finance to start a business. If you do have a house, for most young people that's meant they've taken on very substantial debt, much more debt than they would have in the past to get that house. That makes it harder to engage in risk-taking activities. So whether that's starting the business, whether it's just moving to a different job where you don't feel like you quite have the same income security but there's more upside, you're going to be less likely to take those kind of risks. And that overall just means the economy is less dynamic. Over time, that can have implications for productivity and growth.